Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Yan. Thank you for being here. Today we are listening to another comeback and it is by Brave Girls, and so I'm super happy that, they are getting more recognized, and I hope other groups who were not recognized when they debuted, I hope that they have a chance as well. But today we're focusing on Brave Girls, and the name of the song is called After We Ride. So We Ride was a popular song, same as Rollin', and now it's After We Ride, so maybe it's like a continuation or like the next chapter in their life, which is new songs, right? And so I hope that they still have time to rest, but I think they're also very excited to get lots of, activities and promotions, commercials, making MVs, etc. So yeah, let's check out their newest song right now. Ha ha ha, After We Ride, there's a car. But the cool thing about this car is that it's like purple inside, but it seems like an abandoned, or I should say empty parking lot. It seemed like it just rained, not sure. I guess they just wet this whole area because the back is pretty dry, but that's just picky me. But yeah, I don't see any of the members yet, so let's just go for it then. So Brave Girls, After We Ride. Well, there was someone there. Oh yeah. Don't slip.
다시 한번 울려 너의 폰 내 버릇 알면서도 좋고 모르는 척 뻗어주면 안 되니 I'm not drunk just a little tipsy 그 버릇 아닌 너를 잊지 못할 나의 버릇
Okay, it seems like the girls had different things that they went through in life, and it seemed like at the end they let go of it, or they were willing to move on to the next chapter in life. But yeah, there were some things that I noticed that gave me a slight like Western filming type back in the older days. Like, I never really paid attention to MVs when I was a kid, but the ones that I saw gave me that slight feel, the way that they were very still for certain cameras and like editing and all that, but also their voices were really nice too. I don't recall a whole lot of rapping here, but I think everyone has, the skill to sing, so it's nice to see the pace was a little slower and a bit more emotional than the uplifting happy summer vibes, if you know what I mean. But let's go back to the beginning and I'll share with you some of my observations. So this was the scene that we started off with, and she was out and kind of introducing the title of the song, After We Ride. So it could be based on my like hypothesis, right? So after the intense like experiences that they encountered, whether it's like friendship, love, anything difficult in their lives, right? It's what happens afterwards, but we see them overcoming it through this process in this MV and in the storyline, right? So it may not be them personally, but it can definitely be relatable to anyone who is going through hard times. This is just my thought, and this is how I'm going to explain the MV. If I'm completely wrong, kindly let me know, but I also just feel like, even though I don't know what they're saying, it seems pretty powerful too. But we see everyone looking emotionless, never really happy until like the very, very end for some of the members, but they looked very sad. She's fiddling around with the lipstick in a cup. I thought it was coffee, but it was a cup. And then we see another girl like wandering around the street. Seems very, very empty, even though there are lights, right? And that drum set where someone plays the drum later. But it doesn't seem like, it's a place full of life, if you will, just some lights. And another member is in a room, maybe after practicing. It seems like, it's a meaningless day, very tiresome as well. Telephone booth on the top floor. It's a little unrealistic, but we'll leave it at that. And so we see everyone looking very sad, gloomy, drinking by themselves, kind of having like breakdowns, right? Maybe thinking of the past, thinking of the hard times, and maybe sometimes both of you, like you and your friend, are going through some hard times, maybe not against each other, but, experiencing the same thing together. And it just seems like, everyone is just, having a bad day. However, when we get to the chorus and when she starts roller skating, do we see a slight change in like the mood and the atmosphere? First of all, I don't know how to roller skate. Like, I guess I can if I'm like dragging myself. I can't balance. But anyway, she looked really nice and elegant as she went around the swimming pool. I don't know if people would do that, but let me just pause here and kind of around here. I know it's like a sad, lonely setting, but the way that they filmed it gave me maybe like a 80s, 90s vibe of Western MVs, where I don't really know how to explain it, but the timing of the scenes had that feeling. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know, but if you don't know, it's just the way they edit the MV. It has nothing to do with the girls. But there are just certain scenes where even roller skating, it gave me that 90s feel of, roller skating was very trendy back then too. But it's just, even here, yeah, this is another example where just constant lights and patterns flashing here, and one person is still. So like the way they filmed it gave me a 90s feel. I'll just leave it at that. If you have the same feeling, great. If not, great. Since we interpret MVs differently, and I'm just sharing what I noticed. And so, yeah, everyone is in a lonely spot, pretty high up there, be careful. But then she pulled and took her wig off, and I was like, whoa! And I think that was a time like, all right, I'm going to change and move on, that kind of an attitude. And for other girls, right, she was kind of like a little, upset here, but now she's sitting on a bar, in a totally different like vibe with hair up, pigtails, and glasses. So it seems like, she too is changing and moving on as well. And yeah, drinking your way may not be the healthiest choice. Maybe drink water, get some fresh air instead, smell some flowers. But I think they're all trying to let go of something that was important to them, but maybe people didn't care, or people were hurting them, or things around them were just, making their days worse and worse. And she was out in the streets, and I thought she was spinning and dancing with people, but there were just mannequins. So I'm sure there were lots of symbolic meanings as well. Oh, yeah, and this gal was at the oh no, this is something else. Cleaners? Unique class, hold on. Unique class club. There was also like something, the word fault that popped up. But anyways, I don't really know the setting. I thought it was a little restaurant or a food chain place, but she was dancing, acting really crazy and silly, but then we see her crying in the bathroom afterwards. So yeah, people, oh yeah, Fault Burger. There we go. I feel like people, have ups and downs. We have different moods. And I think overcoming the harder moods, right, is the hardest part, or the harder emotions are harder to escape. Yeah. But it seems like, they're growing, they're maturing, they're learning how to overcome or cope with these things. And of course, it's not a one-day thing. It seems like it's a process. And so we're at the end of the chapter, so it seems, or the climax before the resolution in this MV. But yeah, the mannequins are all there, and I was like, ooh, that's a little creepy. But then there's more life, right? We have a drummist, we also have a few more like people, right? Even though that it's sad, but we can still move on, right? She tried to call, no one picked up, but then she then let go of the phone, it dropped, she burned the flower in the trash can, she took off her wig, and it was raining, but she was the only one smiling, right? So everyone is like kind of free from that pain that they were experiencing, and they're ready to move forward. And they were never together though. Brave girls never danced together, never were really together except that very beginning where the two gals were together, but afterwards they're all by themselves. So it kind of shows, yeah, you have friends and all, but sometimes the problem is hard to deal on your own, and sometimes you are by yourself, but you can let go, you can relax, you can one day overcome it and be okay and walk away from it and move on. So that's what I got from this. And it says you are brave at the end, which kind of confirms my hypothesis story. And so you can go through hard times and be a brave person. Which, if that is the case, that is like a very bold and brave message for us all, especially we, if not many of us, are fragile, or we are broken people, or we're going through hard times, like I said, or people are struggling. But there are definitely ways to be brave, show the people you love, care for them too, right? I'm sure they may be annoyed by your support from time to time, but truly, I think deep down they appreciate you even, reaching out to them. So for those who are trying to help those who are struggling, like the Brave Girls like characters, still reach out to them, but sometimes you have a little click in your mind, and hopefully you remember to let go and move on, and you will become a stronger person. So that's what I kind of got from this MV. Tell me what you thought, as I think there were a lot of symbolic things, a lot of good acting, right? That's how I came up with my little storyline. But yeah, I'd love to hear from your input as well. So please share your thoughts. I enjoyed the melody. Like I said, it's slower pace, but it seems like it's quite impactful, and I actually want to look at their showcase or music shows, right, to see if there's a dance to it, or do they mostly just sit and sing and let people like soak in the feelings and the lyrics. I should probably check the lyrics too, but yeah, anyways, that's what I thought. So please continue to support Brave Girls and enjoy After We Ride. And if there are other songs by Brave Girls that I missed, let me know. I did review a few of them, the newer ones or the more like popular ones, but yes, please bring them my way. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in another MV. All right, come back soon.